In this lesson, we're gonna learn how to create a React component. Look at this screen here. This is a simple screen. We've rendered all the UI and components in app.tsx, and this is not a good practice. And it's better to separate each component in each file. Let me show you. Let's go to our folders and create a new folder called src. Inside src, we're gonna create a new folder called components. And inside this components, we're gonna separate this UI from app to many components. For example, this image is gonna be component, and this text and this subtitle. Okay, let me show you. First, let's go and create a component for the image. For example, let's name it app logo image.tsx. React component can be class component or functional component. And the modern way in creating components is the functional component. So let's create a functional component. Functional component, it's like the JavaScript function. Let's define a function, const. Let's name it app logo image equals to. It's a function. And we're gonna return a UI. For example, let's return a view. To use view, you need to import it from React Native. So let's import view from React Native. Now we've created our component, but we cannot use it in another screens. Why? Because we didn't export this component. So we need to export it using the export default and the component name. This name, you can pick any name that you want, but make sure that you are using a name refers to the component, okay? Because you're gonna get in your project later a lot of components, so you have to give each component a unique name. When you read the name of the component, you know this component, okay? Now finally, we're gonna create the style sheet. This is for styling, style sheet dot create, and we need to import it from React Native as well, style sheet. Now what we've done here, we first import the view and style sheet because we're gonna use them. Then we've created a JavaScript function that is returning a UI. Finally, we've exported this function, this functional component, so we can use this component in app.tsx or in any file of our project. We can use it anywhere. Finally, we've defined the styles for this component. So now let's go and copy the image. We're here in app.tsx. Let's cut this image. Let's cut it and press save. And go here and paste it here. Let's replace it with this view. Like this. We're gonna return an image. This red line because we didn't import the image. We need to import the image from React Native. Image. Now the errors are gone. And instead of passing those styles, the width and height as inline style, it's better to put the styles here in a style sheet. Okay, so let's cut them and define styles dot, for example, image. And go down here and type image and paste our styles. And finally, let's format our document. So let's right click and press on format document to make the code looks better. Now let's press save. Let me show you something. What if this line of code is not exist? For example, let's comment it. When we comment a code, we cannot use it. Okay, so now let's go to app.tsx and try to import app logo image. We cannot import it, and we can't also get the image. Look, we have a red line here because it's not defined and we cannot import it. But if we go there and uncomment this line of code, now you can import it. How to import it? You can use auto import like this. In Mac using like this. auto import, or you can get its path. How to get its path? That's pretty easy. You can open the folders and you have to locate the component path. You can easily copy it, copy relative path, and paste it here. So he is in src components app-logo.tsx. I'm gonna teach you how to make it without the help of VS Code. It's pretty easy. You are here in the root folder, okay, and you want to get the src. The src in the same root with app.tsx. So you just need to type import the component name from, because app.tsx in the root with ssrc, so you need to add this one dot, only one dot. Then pick the src folder. Then pick the components folder. Then type the component name app logo image. Now let's press save. Look, the logo appears here. Now you've learned how to create a React component and use it anywhere. Let's try to create another component for this text. Let's name it. Let's create a new component. Name it welcome text.tsx. And let's do the same thing. Let's create a function called welcome text. And let's gonna return. What are we gonna return? We're gonna copy that code, those texts here, and let's create a view. And those red line, because we didn't import the view and text, so let's import them. Import view and text from React Native. Let's format our document to look better. Finally, let's export this text. Export default custom text, welcome text. And let's press save. Then let's go there and down here in app image, app logo image, let's add the welcome text. We can make the auto import for it from src component welcome text. Then let's press save. A little change happened because we put our text inside a view. If we just remove the view, look, it became as before. But you have to know something. You cannot, in React, you can't return two elements. For example, if I remove this fragment, we got error because you return two elements. In React, you need to return a one element or wrap those two elements in something called React fragment. React fragment, like this. And you have to wrap them inside React fragment. Like that. React fragment here and down here. You have to type React fragment and you need to import React from React. Or there is another way, and this is a better and easier. Just delete React fragment here and delete React fragment here and press save. Look, nothing happens. So in React, when you want to return two elements, you just wrap them between React fragment. Okay, this is a basic React. Now if you see, our code looks cleaner. You can do the same thing for this text, create another component to this text. So you need to know, in our app we use multiple components and separate each or any piece of UI into a component.